Welcome to Math with Miss B. I'm going to help you love learning. In this video, you are going to learn how to convert customary units of capacity. Capacity is ounces, cups, pints, quarts, gallons. Awesome, let's go ahead and get started. So we're given 6 quarts and we need to get to cups. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our little cheat sheet here and we're going to put our finger or our pencil on quarts. Quarts is right over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get to cups. So we can just follow the arrow. We need to go 1 time and then we need to go 2 times. So this is going to be a 2-step problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 6 quarts times 2, right? Because it says times 2 over here. Times 2 equals 12. 12 what? 12 pints. Now we're going to go from pints to cups and we'll do 12 pints times 2 equals 24. 24 what? Well, now we're at cups. So in 6 quarts, we have 24 cups. Now, boys and girls, this makes sense and I know to multiply because when I'm going from something that is small, right, an ounce is small, to something that's large, right? So I'm going to put that over here. Small to large, we are going to always divide. Now, when you have large to small, so large, right? A gallon is so much. To small, an ounce is so teeny tiny. You're going to multiply. All right? So let's do the next one. 5 quarts to pints. So we're going to go ahead. Let's erase this so we can do it fresh, right? We have our small to large or large to small, depending on which way you're going. So we're going from quarts to pints. So it's just one way this way. And what does it tell us to do? We're going to follow the arrow and we're going to multiply. This makes sense because we're going from something that's large to something that's smaller. And when we're going from L to S, right, large to small, we're going to multiply. So we're going to do 5 quarts times, it tells us to do times 2 equals 10 pints. So in 5 quarts, there are 10 pints. Let's go again. 3 gallons, so we're going from gallons to pints. Let's go over to our little cheat sheet over here. Okay, so now we're going to go from gallons to pints. So we need to go 1, 2 times. So we're going from large to small, so we're going to multiply. All right, so we're going to go from 3 gallons and we're going to multiply by 4. Why by 4? Because it tells us right over here, times 4 equals 12. 12 what? Well, now we're at quarts. Now we go from quarts to pints by multiplying by 2. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 what? 24 pints. Now are we there? We're there. So in 3 gallons, there are 24 pints. Now, boys and girls, even if you are given this chart, right, this one, you can just easily convert it into this, which is what I'm using now. Because do you see how it says 8224? It's the same thing. 8224, right? 8224, 8224. This just helps you really see the direction that you're going in. But all this fancy chart is just taking the numbers from our chart and understanding that from small to large, we'll divide, and from large to small, we'll multiply. Let's go ahead and do the next problem. So we are going from 104 fluid ounces to cups. So fluid ounces, let's go ahead and circle it, ounces, fluid ounces to cups. So we're going from something that's smaller to something that's larger. And when we go from something that's smaller to something that's larger, we divide. So let's go ahead and write 104 fluid ounces divided by what? Well, divided by 8. There's an 8 here that says divide by 8. And also, you're going to divide by 8 because there's 8 fluid ounces in a cup. So we're divided by 8. Let's go ahead and do long division for this one. Does 8 go into 1? Remember, when I do long division, I do monkeys, sell bananas, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Does 8 divide into 1? No. Next number. Does 8 divide into 10? Yes, 1 time. Now we multiply. 8 times 1 is 8. Subtract. 0 minus 8, can't do it, so you're going to give 1, take 1, or just keep the 10. 10 minus 8, 2. Bring down our 4. Now we start from the top. Does 8 divide into 24? Yes, it does. Well, we know 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 divides into 24 3 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract, is there anything to bring down? No. So our answer is 13. 13 what? 13 cups. So over here, we're going to put 13. Okay, boys and girls, the reason we divided here, okay, we divided over here, we divided because we're going from a smaller unit, fluid ounces are smaller, to a larger. When we go from small to large, we divide. How did I know to divide by 8? Well, I know that there's 8 fluid ounces. Okay, I'm just going to erase this so we can be clear and have room. Excellent, excellent. All right, next problem. We are going to do 48 cups is how many quarts? So 48 cups to quarts. All right, 48 cups to quarts. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our handy dandy chart, and we are going to put our finger on cups. There we are. And we're going to go to quarts. Now from cups to quarts, are we going from small to large or large to small? Well, you can think of our gallon house, right? In 1 gallon, there's 4 quarts. We know that here, right? 1 gallon, 4 quarts. In each quart, there's 2 pints, P, right? Okay, and in each pint, there are 2 cups. So I'm going to change the color just so you can see it. There should be a C in each P, right? Because in each pint, there are 2 cups. So cups to quarts. You know that cups, it's so small here, it's so small, and then quarts are the big Q's, large. So small to large, right? Small to large, you are going to divide. So here's how we do that, right? That's how I figured it out without my chart, but now we're going to use the chart. So I have my cups and I'm going to quarts. So I need to go 1 time, 2 times. So you've got to go step by step. So we're going to do 48 cups divided by 2 is going to equal 24. I cut the 4 in half. 4 in half is 2. 8 in half is 4. Or you could have done 2 goes into 48. 2 divides into 4 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, bring down your 8. 2 divides into 8 4 times. 2 times 4 is going to be 8. Subtract, nothing else to bring down. Okay? Now, 24 what? Well, we went from cups to pints, so 24 pints. Always label it. It's going to make your life easier. Now we need to do the next step, from pints to quarts. So 24 pints divided by what? Divided by 2, right? Because there's a 2 here, there's a 2 here, and there's a 2 here, right? So whichever chart you want to use, it's both going to say 2. You divide that by 2. 24 divided by 2 is going to be 12. 12 what? 12 quarts, because we just jumped there, right? We just jumped there. I got 12 easily because I know 2 times what is 24? Oh, well, 2 times 12 is 24. All right, last one that we're doing for units of capacity together right now. This one asks if it's going to be greater than, less than, or equal to. So in order to compare 2 units, you need to have the same units. So we can have both fluid ounces or both pints. Now I'm always going to convert the smaller one, right? Convert smaller number because it's just going to make your life easier. All right. So I want to get from 8 pints to fluid ounces. So in 8 pints, how many fluid ounces? Well, what we need to do, let's go back to our handy dandy chart. So let's put our finger on pints right here, and we need to go to fluid ounces. Are we getting bigger or smaller? Are we doing small to large or large to small? Well, remember pints, right? Pints are our P, okay? Pints are the P in our gallon house, the P. And fluid ounces, well, we actually didn't even draw fluid ounces because they're so small. So you know that the pint is going to be large and then the fluid ounces is going to be small. So it's going to be large to small, which means we're going to multiply. All right, so we're at pints. So we're at 8 pints, and the chart tells us to go from 8 pints to cups, we multiply by 2, right? It's also here. okay? So we're going to do 8 pints times 2 equals 16. 16 what? Well, right now we're at cups, 16 cups. Now, from cups, we can go to ounces. We got to go step by step, boys and girls. To get there, it says to multiply by 8, or here we have multiply by 8. So to do 16 times 8, I'm going to do 16 times 8. Let's go ahead and erase this just so we have a little bit more room. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that right here so I can clearly show you how I multiply. All right, so 16 times 8. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do 8 times 6. Now, if you don't know that off the top of your head, do 8 times 5. So 5, 10, 15, I'm counting on my fingers. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 is times 5, and then just add another 8. So 6 times 8 or 8 times 6 is going to be 48. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 16 times 8 is going to be 128. 128 what? 128. Well, when we multiply by 8, we got to our ounces. Fluid ounces. So what I can do is I can go ahead and cross this off and I can write 128 fluid ounces. Why can I just cross it off and write that? Because boys and girls, we took that original 8 pints and we converted it to this. Why did we need to convert it? Because in order to compare, we need the same units. We can only compare within a family, within fluid ounces. All right, it both needs to be the same. Now it's easy. Right, 128 is going to be greater than 96, and that's that, boys and girls. So remember, when you are converting customary units of capacity, you can use, right, this chart's the one that's always going to be given to you, the one with the purple, right, the one that I'm circling right now. This one is always going to be given to you. And I'm showing you how it's the same thing as this, right? It's the same thing as up there. It's just written a little bit more clear, okay? So it doesn't matter which chart you use as long as you go step by step for these conversions. I'm proud of you for tuning in today, and I hope this helps you become a superstar in converting customary units of capacity. Have a great day, boys and girls.